Panic
versus
RorO.
Let's see. Okay, so let's see how this happens again.
The Great Wall of Ruin. Nah, not quite.
The OK wall. He's actually not going to do it that way. He's just going to proxy and put a cannon at the natural. He's going to proxy one gateway and a forge here, and then cannon the natural.
So Panic is looking at Daedalus and he's saying, well, on this map, a normal game, a straight-up game, I can never win this against a good opponent, and I really don't want to try. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to play super aggressive. His problem is that the drone scout comes and sees exactly what's going on there, and he's like, oh, look at that, a gateway. And now RorO can immediately react to that.
Yeah, he wants to go pool first here.
The thing is,
try to get a hatch.
You know, just another food for thought. Can this actually work? Because most Zerg players on this map... What did we see Zerg players do on this map if they weren't contained? Gas into pool.
First, yeah.
Gas in the pool. And gas in the pool will win against this strategy quite easily. Now he doesn't take the extractor, but he goes for the spawning pool. So RorO should actually be fine here. Not with the scout, of course, even more than that. But here comes the gas, there's the pool. And this is the go-to build on this map. Why is that the case? Because the natural is so difficult for the Protoss player to take that as Zerg you want to have those speed links as fast as you can so that you can always contest the move out by the Protoss player to claim that natural. And you are absolutely willing to delay your own natural for that quite a bit. So for RorO, this is absolutely awesome.
This is such a weird build now for Panic because, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he wanted to go Gate Forge and then cannon against a hatch first, which he expected for some reason, despite the fact that we've seen the opposite of that every single game like you just described. Now he has a Cybernetics core going up, and what he can do, what he could try to do is get a Zealot out here first, and then a Stalker, and poke a little bit, and then try to protect his gateway. But what happens after that, I have no idea what he's planning, because this is a terrible position for him to be in. The Zerglings alone that come out here will kill his Zealot, and then he may even lose his pylon before the Stalker comes out. He cancels the Zealot even, and he wants to get the Stalker first, which is actually a pretty smart choice, but even that, I don't think he's going to get it. And if he does, the Zerglings are just going to surround it and kill it. He can't even make it. He's just going to have to let this gateway go.
I don't think that this proxy had any chance of really doing anything because, as we said, the go-to build for Zerg right now on Daedalus Point is gas into pool or pool into gas at 14. And then you have the Zerglings and the Speedlings out fast enough to deal with any kind of, with this type of proxy play.
Yeah, well this is, I mean, the situation for Panic can't get much worse.
I mean, it's Daedalus Point, so as a Protoss player, you are quite desperate.
Yeah, and he loses his gateway now. Back at home, he's added 2 gateways, I think. I know he has at least a second gateway at home. No, just one. Okay. So now at a total of 1 gateways. Worker count, he's ahead, but it's like the game starts over for him. He has to start a sentry now, and taking that natural is going to be just, it's not happening. It's just not going to happen.
The thing is in the main base, speed is not kicking in just yet, and he just scouts what's going on. He wants to know, all right, what are you going to do now? What is going to be, what was the idea here? What do you have in your main base? What's going to be the follow-up?
Yeah, it's like, how many gateways do you have? Are you going to do an all-in, or are you going to try to expand?
And there's still the drone. Keep in mind, we still have the drone in the main base, so you can then send that in a little bit later. Oh my god,
maybe.
That was a nice round there. Now speed is done, he's going to get the sentry.
Yep, gets a sentry. And that means that what he might do is just constantly rally units in here to stop the Nexus from going up, because he knows there's not going to be any chance of any sentry slowing him down anytime soon.
He's losing the gas here. We have the harvest account in favor of RorO. He's about to saturate 2 mineral lines. We see him now with the roach one started. That Nexus is not going to happen for Panic anytime soon at the natural, and if it does, the Zerg player can just run in. There is a big reason why Zerg players pick Daedalus Point every single time they are behind and have the choice against Protoss, and the reason is that this map is in this matchup very imbalanced.
Yep. It's
I mean, we don't have to sugarcoat it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Ask any Protoss player what he feels about this map, and if you are, if you're newer to StarCraft, or you watched a little bit, then ask yourself what builds do Protoss do against Zerg, and then think about how reliant they are on walls. And with no wall, how are you going to play against a Zerg player safely? You have to use sentries to make walls that are temporary, which are called force fields. There's still a drone in the main base during all of this, by the way, and an Overlord, so you can scout that it's 4 gateways coming out. And is he really going to try to take a Nexus here? I mean, I guess he has to. What else is he going to do? Is he going to 4-gate?
Yeah, exactly. You cannot play a 1-base play if you're so far behind already. I mean, maybe at some point a Protoss player is going to figure out what it would be a good opening on this map, or if there is something that you can do to really just wall or protect your base, but we are not there just yet. So far, Protoss players are really just trying to figure out what they can do, and most of them are trying to go into very aggressive one-base builds where they either contain their opponent in their base and block the ramp, or where they go for a proxy. Something along those lines. So we haven't seen a build that is really stable and doesn't rely on your opponent not scouting what you do yet.
Well, 24 is early is being made, and the Roach support. Force fields are, well, he's got all in the middle of the map right now. He's going to want to use his force fields to fight against these Roaches, and then when the Lings come in, he's going to regret moving out. The Mothership Core, is that with his army? Or is he going to need it?
Yeah, it's there.
Yep, and already surrounded. There go the force fields, but the Roaches are going to come in and target down all of the sentries. Time Warp goes down.
He actually doesn't target the sentries just yet, and there should be a recall in just a second. The first few sentries are already gone, and he should really start to
Does he not have enough energy? I think he might not with the Time Warp. Maybe he just got the Mothership Core a bit too late.
Yeah, true. But why would you drop the Time Warp in the first place?
I don't understand either. Is there a second Time Warp?
So he had the energy for a recall.
And
he forces the Roaches back for a moment, but he lost nearly all of the sentries. I think he had actually lost all of them. That means all the gas is gone.
He canceled his Nexus, and just, so I guess that was his plan, and now it's over.
Yeah.
He's just going to continue to attack. I thought it was just a poke move, where he was going to try to trade against Zerglings and recall, but he actually just canceled his Nexus. The thing is, this army is still relatively strong, but RorO just needs a little bit more time, and then he's going to push this back easily. Does he have a spine? Oh, Time Warp down here again. He's actually losing a lot of Roaches. And
well, we have already more units, and there are 3 Queens in production, 3 additional Roaches. We have now a 3rd headshot. That means extra lava.
And he's trying to use this momentum to push his way through, but
yeah,
that last Time Warp going down, the Mothership Core is not even really useful anymore.
RorO is trying to buy himself a little bit of time because he knows that he can easily outproduce his opponent. But he's supply blocked right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is just about composition here, and the Roaches are not that great against Stalkers without speed. Here comes another Stalker running from that pylon. Transfuse goes down, and I think he should be able to push this back with the next wave of units, but being supply blocked is a minor annoyance for him.
Yeah, the Lings are running in, and the Lings to win the day for now. They move, yeah, the Stalkers can't do anything anymore.
That's game, GG. Daedalus point.
I feel for Protoss players that have to play on this map, in this matchup.
That's
Panic was desperate. He tried to go for a proxy build that was basically doomed right from the beginning, just because this type of proxy shouldn't work against the go-to builds that Zerg use these days on this map. Then it was scouted on top of things as well, so a great opening for RorO already. Panic was just trying to do what he could. He tried to fake a Nexus and go for an aggressive move, was hoping that RorO would just completely play greedy as hell. That didn't happen. RorO had actually units already there. He had a 3rd base for production. And yeah, that game goes to RorO, who now has to fight in the 3rd game against Panic to determine who goes to Code S.
Heavy Rain is Panic's choice. And RorO in the game number 1, his build just didn't seem like it connected the dots. Like something was missing. Something was not working out for him. His 3rd base was late. His burrowed movement Roaches didn't do anything for him. He wasted them. And if we play another game that's late game oriented, or at least macro oriented, where Panic's not doing a proxy, playing a weird style on Heavy Rain on his map pick, RorO's gonna have to step it up and play a better game than he did in game 1. Because let's be honest, game 2 is almost a free win for him.
Yeah, game 2 was a free win.
So let's see if he steps it up here. The winner of this goes directly to Code S. The loser will drop down to our consolation match. This is the GSL Code S Champions.